Hello, dear friends. Hello, dear friends. बिजनेस हेल्पलाइन चैनल को आपण मान को बहुत बहुत स्वागत। ओके, मुझे टेस्ट कर दूची आपण मानकर वॉइस ठीक अच्छा नहीं मुझे चेक कर दूची। बिजनेस हेल्पलाइन चैनल को आपण ठीक अच्छे वॉइस ठीक अच्छे। चलतु एबे स्टार्ट करिया हमर करंट अफेयर्स माराथन है आपंकर अगस्ट मस आरंभ करके मार्च मस 2026 पर्यंत प्राय सबू आपंकर क्वेश्चन पाखापाखि कह गले देखुच ना नहीं ये पीपीटी देखिपारे ये आपंकर 1805 पीडी 1805 माने पाखापाखि आपंकर 2000 क्वेश्चन पाखापाखि जो जो क्वेश्चन रही से सब आपको ये मिले है। चलते स्टार्ट करवा कि लेट करवानी है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 आपनकर जुलाई रो आरंभ करिक हमें स्टार्ट करछु। व्हाट परसेंटेज रिडक्शन हैज इंडिया रिकॉर्डेड इन द मोर्टालिटी रेट ऑफ चिल्ड्रन बिलो 5 इयर्स ऑफ एज? आंसर आपनकर डी 78%। इन व्हिच स्टेट रिसेंटली डिड यूनियन होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह इनॉग्रेटेड द नेशनल हेडक्वार्टर ऑफ टर्मरिक बोर्ड? आंसर आपनकर ए तेलंगाना। रिसेंटली द बिहार कैबिनेट हैज अप्रूव्ड एन एस्टिमेट आउटले ऑफ हाउ मेनी करोड़ रुपीज अंडर द मुख्यमंत्री कन्या विवाह मंडप योजना? आंसर आपनकर सी 4026 crore. Recently, the railway minister has proposed to prepare the reservation chart. How many hours before the train departure? Answer upon C 8 hours. Recently, Operation Chakra V is campaign launched against which type of criminal activity? Answer upon B against the cyber crime and online fraud. Who recently chaired the 48th Pragati meeting? Answer upon B Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Recently, which annual general meeting of Prime Minister Museum and Library PMML Society has chaired by Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi? Answer of C is 47th. In which country has the 13th polio case of the year 2025 been reported recently? Answer of A Pakistan. In which state has the 2-day Rasam National Tribal Music Festival celebrated recently? Answer of B Meghalaya. Which state government has recently abolished the 3-language policy implemented in primary education? Answer of A Maharashtra. According to the latest RBI report, India's foreign debt has increased to how much by March 2025? Answer of D 736.3 billion dollar. Where did Indian Minister Dr. Mansoor Mandavia recently chaired the 196th meeting of the Employees State Insurance Corporation? Answer D Simla. Recently, researchers from the which country have built a computer without silicon? Answer A America. Recently, Union Home Minister Amit Shah laid the foundation stone inaugurated project worth how much in Godhra, Gujarat? Answer B 125 crore rupees. Where was the 21st steering committee meeting of Project Elephant held recently? Answer A Dehradun. Who has recently honored with the title of the Dharma Chakravarti in the centenary celebration of the Acharya Sri 108 Vidyanandaji Maharaj? Yeah, answer A Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Which of the following countries will host the World Police Fire Games for the first time in the year 2029? Answer D India. Recently, which country successfully launched a climate change monitoring satellite on the last flight of the main 2 on H2A rocket? Answer A Japan. How many years has the Digital India initiative completed in the year 2025? Answer C 10 years. Okay. Recently, which Indian company has become the first Indian company to cross 15 gigawatt renewable energy capacity? Answer C Adani Green Energy. In the Honor Global Unicorn Index 2025, India is at what position with the 64 unicorn company? Answer C third. Recently, by which year State Bank of India has planned to light 4 million houses with solar energy? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏ 2027 ସୁଦ୍ଧା ସେ କ'ଣ କରୁଛି ପ୍ଲାନ୍ କରୁଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର solar house ଉପରେ। Okay, next. In financial year 2025, India's GST collection has doubled in the last 5 years to reach how many lakhs crore rupees? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C 22.08 lakhs crore rupees. Next, who recently inaugurated Guru Goraknath Ayush University in Gorakhpur? Answer of ଆପଣଙ୍କର କ'ଣ? A. President Draupadi Murmu. Where did Union Minister C. Sarbanand Sonowal recently inaugurated the first Asian India cruise dialogue? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କ କ'ଣ ହେବ? ଚେନ୍ନାଇ ହେବ ହେଲା। ତାପରେ where did Union Home and Corporation Minister Amit Shah recently chaired the Manthan Baitak କୋଉଠି ହେଇଥିଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର? C. New Delhi. In which country has the synthetic human genome project SYNHG has been launched recently? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C. Britain. Which of the following is the theme of the Electrical Safety Day 2025? Answer of ଆପଣଙ୍କର B. Digital and Smart Energy Safe Nation. Okay. Recently, the government of India has approved a fund of how much amount to encourage private investment in research and development? Answer of ଆପଣଙ୍କର A. 1 lakh crore. Okay. Where was Ladakh's first Astro Tourism Festival concluded recently? ଆପଣଙ୍କର answer of Leh. Okay. In July 2020, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has awarded the highest honor of which country? Answer of ଆପଣଙ୍କର B. Ghana. Which Union Minister has recently inaugurated the integrated flood forecasting system C flood? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର B. Water Power Minister C.R. Patil. Okay. Recently, the Union Minister has approved a cost of how many crore rupees for the NH87 4-lane project in Tamil Nadu? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର D. 1853 crore. Recently, the second warship Udayagiri built under the project 17A silt bridge has been handed over to which force? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C. Indian Navy को ସେଟା କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର handed over କରାଯାଇଛି। Next, which ministry is launching Reclaim on 4th July 2025? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ଆପଣ answer ହେବ B. Ministry of Coal. ତାପରେ recently Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has launched which app as a one-stop platform for all passenger services? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C. Rail One. ଏଟା ପଢ଼ିବା ବହୁତ ଚାନ୍ସ ଅଛି। ତାପରେ where among the following will the first World Super Kabaddi League be held? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର A. Dubai. ତାପରେ recently the Karnataka government has decided to rename Bangalore City University after which former Prime Minister? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ବି ମନମୋହନ ସିଂ। ଏଇ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ଟା ବି ପଢ଼ିବାର ବହୁତ ଚାନ୍ସ ଅଛି। ନେକ୍ସଟ, which is the top country in the highest oil reserve in the world? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର A. ଭେନେଜୁଏଲା। ଭେନେଜୁଏଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ହାଇଏଷ୍ଟ ଅଏଲ ରିଜର୍ଭ କରିପାରୁଛି। ଓକେ, ନେକ୍ସଟ ଦେଖିବା ଆମେ Slice has launched India's first UPI powered bank branch in which city? आपका आंसर होगा A. बेंगलुरु। तापर which country has recently started Hindi course with India corporation? आंसर होगा आपका C. श्रीलंका। Which state government recently launched जन सुरक्षा संतुष्टि अभियान? के आपका आंसर होगा D. गुजरात। Who has been appointed as the new executive director by the Reserve Bank of the India recently? आंसर होगा आपका C. Kesavan Ramachandran. Okay. Recently, the Minister of Statistics and Program Implementation launched which app for each access to official data? Answer आपका C. GOI Starts App. Okay. Recently, in which state Rajbhavan Anandaban scheme has been launched by the Kerala Governor Rajendra Viswanatha Allekar? Answer आपका B. Goa. Where was the Asia meeting of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons held recently? Answer आपका C. New Delhi. Recently, which state government released the new book स्वास्थ्य के प्रहरी written by Lalit Soria? Answer आपका C. Uttarakhand. Recently, the Tamil Nadu government has launched the restoration project of which Iceland to combat sea erosion and promote marine biodiversity? आपका आंसर होगा कौन? B. Kariachhalli, Iceland. Okay. In July 2011, how many years have passed since the implementation of goods and services tax? केते वर्ष हेगला आपनकर जीएसटी पई सेटा आपनकर हेगला 8 वर्ष 8 years हेगला एबे रिसेंटली 2026 रे सेटा हे जिबा आपनकर 9 वर्ष। ओके, तापरे which country have recently proposed higher tax contribution from the super rich across the world? सेटा होचे आपनकर स्पेन एंड ब्राजिल। माने कोन कहती higher tax samare rich people to niyanti. Next, recently which country has become the first country to officially recognize the Taliban government of Afghanistan? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର A Russia. Okay, ତାପରେ ସୁକନ୍ୟା ସୋନୋୱାଲ, a student of which following institute has been selected as the Commonwealth Youth Peace Ambassador? ସେ ହେଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର B Indian Institute of Technology Guwahati. Okay, ତାପରେ which anniversary of the American Independence Day was celebrated on 4th July 2005? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର B. କାହିଁକି ଏଇଟା ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ? ଏବେ ରିସେଣ୍ଟଲି ଆପଣ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମେରିକା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଇରାନ ଇରାକ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଇସ୍ରାଏଲ ସବୁ ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ଚାଲିଛି ସବୁଆଡ଼େ ହେଲା, ତେଣୁ ଏଇ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ପଚାରିବା ବହୁତ ଚାନ୍ସ ଅଛି, ଟିକେ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ ଏଣ୍ଡକୁ ଯାଇକି ବି ପଚାରିପାରେ। ତେଣୁ ଆନ୍ସର ଆପଣଙ୍କ 249 ଆପଣଙ୍କ 248 ଏଇଟା ହେବ। ଏବେ ଯେଉଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର 4th July ଅପକମିଂ 2046 ଏଇଟା 249 ହେଇଯିବ। ଓକେ, ମନେ ରଖିଥାନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଟା ହେଲା। Recently, which state union territory has become the first state union territory to include the screening of the TB patient under the Family Adoption Program initiative? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର B Goa. Puducherry, sorry, answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର Puducherry. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the joint session of the Parliament of which country? That be important. Answer about Trinidad and Tobago. According to the data of the Ministry of the Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, there are more than how many crore two-wheelers on the road in India? Around 21 crore. Okay. In which of the following city will Khelo India Water Sports Festival be organized for the first time? Could it lead up answer Srinagar itla. According to the Ministry of the Commerce and the Industry, how many countries are currently importing toys from India? Around 153 country. Okay, send the micro and small medium enterprises MSME sector in India contributes what percentage to the country's total manufacturing and export respectively? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C 35.4% manufacturing, 45.73 export. Okay, where will be the third edition of the India Mobility Global Expo be held from 4th to 9th February 2027? ସେଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କର କୋଉଠି ନା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ NCR ରେ ହବ ହେଲା। ଆପଣମାନେ ଯଦି ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିନାହାନ୍ତି ଏବେ ହିଁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିନିଅନ୍ତୁ। ତା ସହିତ ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କୁ ଯଦି PDF ଦରକାର ଅଛି, ସ୍ପିଡ଼ିର ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ PDF ଦେଇଦେଇଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏଇ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲରେ, ଆପଣମାନେ ପାଇଯାଇପାରିବେ। ଓକେ, ଏଠି ଆପଣଙ୍କର QR କୋଡ଼ ସ୍କାନ୍ କରିପାରିବେ। ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ଏବେ ଲାଇକ୍ ସେୟାର ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ହେଲା। ଯଦି ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ଆପଣ QR କୋଡ଼ରେ ଯଦି ପାଇପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଟାଇପ୍ କରିପାରିବେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସ୍ପେସ୍ରେ ଅଲ୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ ପ୍ରିବିଲ୍ ଟାଇପ୍ କରିବେ, ଆପଣ ସେଠି ପାଇପାରିବେ। ଯଦି ସ୍ପିଡ଼ି ପାଇବାରେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ଅଛି ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣମାନେ ମୋତେ ଏଠି ନମ୍ବର ଯେଉଁ ଦିଆହେଇଛି ଆପଣମାନେ ମୋତେ ମେସେଜ୍ କରିପାରିବେ। ସବୁଆଡ଼େ ନମ୍ବର ମୋର ଏଠି PPT ଆଭେଲେବଲ୍ ଅଛି, ଆପଣମାନେ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିପାରିବେ। ଓକେ, ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ପାଣି ପିଇ ଦେଉଛି, ତାପରେ ଆମେ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବା। ମୋତେ ଆମକୁ ଟିକେ ଜଲ୍ଦି ସାରିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ, କାହିଁକିନା ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି କ'ଣ ନା ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ୍ ଯେଉଁ ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟି ଅଛି ନା ୱାଇଫାଇ ମୁଁ ଚଲାଉଛି, ସେଇଟା ମେ ବି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଟିକେ सर्विस इंजीनियर आसार अच्छे टी टेस्टिंग प्रोब्लेम रोचे, तेणु कौ मोमेंट जब नेट बंद हो मत असुविधा हम, तेणु मुझे आस एज पसिबल सारे चेष्टा करी। स्टिल भावुँ 5टा सुधा मुझे साथ देवी। ओके, देखा कौन हो। चलतु नेक्स्ट जा। Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been awarded the key to the city. Awarded by which country? Answer आपनकर C Argentina. Recently, the central government has reduced the toll tax on the highways where there are bridges, tunnel, etc. by how much percentage? Answer आपनकर C 50%. Where was the annual security review for the year 2025 organized by Indian Navy? Answer आपनकर A Kochi. Where was the Controllers Conference 2025 organized by the Defense Accounts Department inaugurated by the Defense Minister recently? Answer आपनकर New Delhi. Which BRICS summit held in Brazil in July 2025 has been attended by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Answer आपनकर B 17th. Who has recently directed all banks to use financial fraud risk indicator? जोटा कि FRI कहती है। आंसर आपनकर Reserve Bank of India. Where recently India has become the which largest domestic civil aviation network in the world? Answer आपनकर C 3rd. which two countries have recently been made official member of the new development bank जोटा कि NDB आपन आंसर हबो C Colombia and Uzbekistan. Recently, which Indian state has become the third state to cross the number of more than 1 crore stock market investor? Answer apanakara B Gujarat. What is the main objective of the agreement recently signed between NCDX and Meteorological Department? Answer number to protect farmers and other stakeholders from the weather related risk. Okay, which country has recently launched nomination based golden visa scheme for Indian? आपन आंसर होगा डी यूनाइटेड अरब Emirates by UAE ताको कहंती. Which state government has recently launched the chief minister pratigya scheme? Answer आपन ए बिहार. Which state government has recently launched two pilgrimage schemes? Answer आपन ए उत्तर प्रदेश. Recently scientists of which country developed a pocket size sensor to detect toxic sulfur dioxide at the micro level? Answer आपन C India. Recently who inaugurated the national biobank in New Delhi? See होचंदी आपनकर साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी मिनिस्टर डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह. Where did Home Minister Amit Shah recently unveil the statue of Peshwa Bajirao I? Answer आपनकर पुणे. Recently V.S. Ravi released the book Conference of the Shakespeare Addict in कोटी आपनकर से करथिले हैदराबाद सेटा रिलीज करथिले V.S. Ravi. Okay, where was the foundation stone of India's first cooperative university laid recently? Answer आपनकर ए गुजरात. Who has recently been appointed as the co-chair of the BRICS CCR Chamber of Commerce and Industry Women Wing for the term 2025 to 27? C B Priyanka Kakkar. Next, recently which state has become the first state to introduce Aadhaar based face authentication for ration distribution? Answer C Himachal Pradesh. Recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has awarded the highest national honor of which country, the Grand Collar of the National Order of the Southern Cross? Answer B Brazil. Where will the International Solar Alliance IESA host the 7th Regional Committee meeting RCM for the Asia Pacific region from 15 to 17 July 2025? Answer Colombo. To whom has the National Commission for the Scheduled Caste NCSC recently submitted its annual report for the year 2023 to 24? राउची आपनकर कोठी को सबमिट करा छै ना प्रेसिडेंट को सबमिट करा जायछि. India has overtaken which country to become the fourth largest biofuel consumer in the world 2024? Answer A China. Which of the following state has implemented a model to predict the probability of the death in TB patients? सेटा होछि आपनकर D Tamil Nadu. Recently Tata Memorial Hospital Mumbai has started which type of special program for the MIMSTEC countries? Answer आपनकर B cancer care training. Okay, recently which government has launched a pioneering AI based mosquito control program called Smart Mosquito Surveillance System? Answer आपनकर A Andhra Pradesh. Recently the Bihar government has announced a domicile policy for how much percent of the reservation in government jobs for women? Answer आपनकर 35%. Recently Adani Power successfully acquired Vidarbha Industry Power Limited BIPL for how many crore? Answer आपनकर C 4,000 crore rupees. Recently the first indigenous driving support vessel Nistar has been handed over to the Indian Navy by whom? Answer आपनकर B Hindustan Shipyard Limited. Recently Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been awarded the highest national award of which country, Order of the Most Ancient Well-Wisher? Answer आपनकर Namibia. Okay, recently which country has received the approval from the European Commission to become 21st member of the Eurozone from the year 2026? Answer Bulgaria. Recently which country has approved Cartem Baby, a malaria treatment drug for the newborn and young children? Answer D Switzerland. Recently which Caribbean country has received approval to become the first country to provide UPI services for Indian travelers? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. RBI has announced to auction two government security worth how many crore on July 11, 2025? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C 25,000 rupees. Recently, the Minister of Culture has announced a 2-year official commemoration of which birth anniversary of the Bharat Kesari Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. एटा होची आपनकर आंसर सी आपनकर 125 एटा बहुत पढ़िबार चांस अछि क्वेश्चन अपन देखि देबे ओके वेयर हैज इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर श्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान announced a cotton meeting on July 11th आपनकर आंसर आपनकर कोइंबटूर तापरे who has recently chaired a high level review meeting to discuss smart river management answer आपनकर Indian Minister C.R. Patil तापरे in which season of the International Maritime Organization Council India mentioned the maritime security and gender inclusiveness answer आपनकर C 134th. The total number of the telephone subscriber in the India has increased to about how many million in March 2025? Around 1200 million. Okay. Recently, which company has become the world's first company to cross the market capitalization of rupees $4 trillion? So, A. NVIDIA. Recently, which state has launched the Digi Lakshmi scheme to empower urban poor women? Answer आपनकर सी आंध्र प्रदेश तापरे where has Union Home Minister Amit Shah recently chaired the 27th Eastern Zonal Council meeting? Answer आपनकर Ranchi. Okay. According to the recent released report, approximately what percentage of the cost of the electric vehicle is due to their batteries? Answer आपनकर B 40%. How many newly recruited youth will be distributed appointment letter by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi under the Rozgar Mela on July 12, 2025? Around 51,000 youth को दिया जाएगा. Okay, where will the Semicon India 2025 building the next semiconductor powerhouse conference be held on 4th September 2025? Answer आपनकर A New Delhi. FASTag has revolutionized the electronic toll collection system with a wide reach of more than what percent in the country? Answer आपनकर कोन D 98%. Okay. At present, India's renewable energy capacity has reached the level of how many gigawatt? Answer आपनकर B 227 gigawatt. Okay. For what purpose have Space TS and Synergy Quantum entered into a partnership in the year 2025? Answer आपनकर B for the development of safe space communication and quantum technology. In which city has the Agritech Innovation Hub been inaugurated by the Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan recently? In Aponada Mondakwe, Meerut. Okay, Meerut Itlada. Recently, with which corporation did the Indian Air Force successfully test fire Astra of the coast of Odisha? Answer आपनकर A DRDO. Okay. In July 2012, the central government has announced the establishment of a new Akashvani Kendra in which city of the Madhya Pradesh? Answer आपनकर B Ujjain. The central government has announced an incentive of how many lakh rupees for electric trucks under the PM E-Drive scheme? Answer आपनकर D 9.6 lakh. Recently, which state government has announced to launch Operation Kalanemi against fake saints? Answer आपनकर D Uttarakhand. तापरे which state has recently won the India Energy Storage Alliance Industry Excellence Award 2021 under the battery manufacturing category? Answer आपनकर D Telangana. In July 2012, which became the first Indian state to officially join the Cruise India mission? Answer आपनकर D Gujarat. Out of the following, the target of the painting more than how many lakhs sampling on the day of the Harela festival has been set in the state of Uttarakhand? Answer D 5 lakh. Where did Indian Finance Minister Pankaj Chaudhary recently inaugurated Trade Facilitation Center Trade Facilitation Conference 2012 on the topic Scientific Excellence for Seamless Trade? Answer New Delhi. Recently, Jinji Fort of which state was declared UNESCO World Heritage Site? Answer Tamil Nadu. In July 2025, Hari Krishnan A. Rapa became the Dash Chess Grandmaster of India. ସେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି 87th. ଓକେ, ଆପଣ ଯେଉଁ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିନାହାନ୍ତି ଏବେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଯାଇକି ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିନିଅନ୍ତୁ. ଓକେ, ତା ସହିତ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଯଦି PDF ଦରକାର ଅଛି, ସ୍ପିଡ଼ର PDF ଦରକାର ଅଛି, ଆପଣମାନେ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲରେ ପାଇଯିବେ. QR କୋଡ଼ ସ୍କାନ୍ କରିନିଅନ୍ତୁ. ଯଦି QR କୋଡ଼ ସ୍କାନ୍ କରିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣ କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତୁ ନା ତଳେ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ଅଲ୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ ପ୍ରିପ୍ ଲେଖା ଅଛି, ତାକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଟାଇପ୍ କରିଦେବେ. ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କୁ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲ ମିଳିଯିବ. ସେଠି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ସ୍ପିଡ଼ର PDF ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ୍ ଅଛି. ଓକେ, ଯଦି ଆପଣ ସ୍ପିଡ଼ର PDF ପାଉନାହାନ୍ତି ମୋତେ ଏଇ ନମ୍ବରରେ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିପାରିବେ 9937192444 ନମ୍ବର ହେଲା. ତାପରେ ଆପଣମାନେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଲେ ଆପଣ ମୋତେ ମେସେଜ୍ କରିପାରିବେ, ନହେଲେ ଆପଣମାନେ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ଏବେ ଲାଇକ୍ ସେୟାର ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତୁ. ଓକେ, ମୋତେ 2 ମିନିଟ୍ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ଟିକେ ପାଣି ପିଇ ଦେଇକି ପୁଣି ଆମେ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରୁଛୁ. Okay, next ଯିବା. Who has recently been appointed as the first woman Director General of Railway Protection Force? ଆପଣ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେବା ଆପଣ କିଏ? ସୋନାଲି ମିଶ୍ର. Which country recently participated in the multilateral Talisman Sabah 2025 military exercise in Australia for the first time? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର D India. By which year has India set a target of $1 billion turmeric report 2030? Who has recently been appointed as the new Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh? এটা ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର, ଏଇଟା ତ ଆପଏଣ୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଥିଲା, ଏବେ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଥିବେ ଏଇଟା ହେଲା. ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦେବେ ଏଇଟା କବିନ୍ଦ୍ର ଗୁପ୍ତା, ବଟ୍ ଏବେ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ହେଲା. ଦେଖିଦେବେ ଏଇଟା କ'ଣ ଆନ୍ସର ହେଲା. Recently, Dash has become the first country to launch a traditional knowledge digital library. Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର A India. Recently, Operation Shiva has been started by whom? Answer C Indian Army. Recently, which state government has announced the formation of a youth commission to empower and enable the youth? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C Bihar. Recently, which technology has been adopted by the Indian Railways and DFCCIL AI to enhance the train safety? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର B machine vision based inception system. ତାପରେ what is the total renewable energy capacity of the India at present? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର B 227 gigawatt. In in July 2025, which state government planted 37.21 crore samplings? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର A Uttar Pradesh. Recently, Indian astronaut Subhranshu Shukla has returned to which coast after 18 days of the space stay? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C California coast. तापरे how many members have been nominated by President Srimati Draupadi Murmu to the Rajya Sabha in 2025 July? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର A 4 members. Recently, the Minister of Commerce and the Industry has invited application for which edition of the National Startup Award NSA. Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର B 5th. The Indian Minister Nitin Gadkari has inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of 9th National Highway Project in which state? So ଆପଣଙ୍କର C Karnataka. Recently, the third edition of the Trade Watch Quarterly has been launched in New Delhi by whom? सेटा होची आपनकर A नीति आयोग. Which city has improved from 44 position to become the third cleanest city in the ranking of Swachh Sarvekhan 2024? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର B Lucknow. Recently, by whom Professor Asim Kumar Ghosh have been appointed as the new governor of Haryana? एटा भी आपनकर देखिबे चेंज हेतबो जदी ला आंसर आपनकर ए कि प्रेसिडेंट द्रौपदी मुर्मू जदि कि चेंज हेतिबे ताले आपन जे चेक कर देबे. ऑलरेडी मु आपन स्पीड से पढी देछि आपन माने पाई जाई परिबे लास्ट वीडियो जे. ओके. Recently, India has signed an agreement with Saudi farm Martin company from DAP fertilizer for how many years? Answer होची आपनकर 5 years. Okay. In which of the following state will Asia's largest jungle safari be developed? Answer आपनकर D Haryana. तापरे recently the former president of which country Mr. Muhammadu Buhari has passed away. Se hochandi Nigeria. Okay. Recently, Justice Bipul Manubhai Pancholi has been appointed as the Chief Justice of which High Court? Patna High Court. Patna High Court रे बे हमर जने ओडिसा रे जने बे हेचंती समथिंग साहू जने की अछंती हला एटा आउटडेटेड हे गलानी तनो आपण जे ओडिया जे अछंती तांको ना मन रखिबे समथिंग साहू मोर मन पड़नी काली मो पढैतिले हला सेटा आपण के देखि देबे हला. Recently, the Golda Tiwari complex has been declared as the first UNESCO site of which country? Answer आपनकर D Sierra Leone. तापरे where did President Srimati Draupadi Murmu distribute the Swachh Sarvekhan 2024-25 awards on 17 July 2025? Answer upon New Delhi. Where has the India's first AI powered blood test have been launched? आपनकर A Hyderabad. Recently, New Caledonia have been declared as new state of which country? आपनकर आंसर दबो France. तापरे recently electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla has opened its first India showroom in which city? आपनकर Mumbai हला. तापरे which state has topped in the production and export processed potato ପାଇଁ कि आपनकर गुजरात. DRDO and DAS have unveiled a cost effective advanced carbon fiber protostenic leg. आंसर होची A एम्स बीबी नगर. How many AIMS are currently functioning in India? Answer D 20. Retail inflation has come to down what percent in June? आपनकर around 2.1% itla. तापरे according to the QS city ranking 2026 which is the most affordable Indian city in the world for students? आपनकर आंसर होगा Delhi. How many lakh citizens of the country will be given free air training by Govt of India? एते आपनकर 10 लाख सिटीजन मन को फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कोन करबा ना एआई पे ट्रेनिंग दबो. Recently, researchers of which country have developed a brain control device to direct the activity of the bees? Answer va आपनकर China. Okay. Next. Which state has launched the India's first ro-ro ferry services on the Mandovi River? Answer आपनकर Goa. In which state India's first aquatic park have been inaugurated with the aim of the promoting fish production? Answer आपनकर C Assam. Recently, which country has launched its most advanced communication satellite Door-1 into space? Answer आपनकर B Israel. Where among the following has the Indian campus of the University of the Southampton UK been inaugurated? Answer आपनकर C Gurugram. How many million ton has the food grain production increased in India from the year 13 to 14 to 2025? Answer number 8.1 million tons. On which of the following dates is Nelson Mandela Day celebrated every year? Answer number B 18 July. Where on what is the annual increase in milk production in India from 14 to 25? Answer to C 10.2 million tons. Which city has received the title of the cleanest city for the 8 consecutive times in the annual cleanliness survey 24-25? Answer B Indore. According to data from the US-based speed test company Ookla, which is the largest data consumed country worldwide? Answer is India. बहुत data consume करछन. Recently, the President Zelensky has appointed whom as the new Prime Minister of Ukraine? Answer B Yulia Svidenko. Okay, এটা important টা মনে রাখবে. जो देश में युद्ध चलता है मन रखा पड़ेगा. Recently, who has launched the Atal Distribution System Scheme Aditi Yojana to promote energy efficient? Answer C. Mr. Mohan Lal Khattar. Where has the Indian Army successfully tested the indigenous developed air defense system Akash Prime? এটা হচ্ছে আপনাদের কোটি লাদাখ রে. Recently, which state of India has become the first to give the status of agriculture to animal husbandry? সেটা হচ্ছে answer আপনাদের C. Maharashtra. Which Indian state has become the first to launch the genome sequencing initiative focused on the tribal museum to tackle the hereditary disease? Answer আপনাদের B. Kerala. The government of which country is planning to reduce the voting age from 18 to 16 years by the next election in 2029? Answer B. Britain. Recently, in which country the United Nations General Assembly UNGA has passed a resolution appealing to end atrocities on the women? Answer D. Afghanistan. Recently, which institute has launched the Education Innovation Center Gyanodaya? সেটা হচ্ছে আপনার আনসার ডি হবে. ওকে, আনসার ডি. IIM Kozhikode. Recently, Union Minister Manon Lal has awarded the Best Ganga City Award to which city? Answer D. Prayagraj. According to the report of the year 2024-25, what is the rank of India in the world terms of tourism economy? Answer C. 8. Recently, India has successfully tested Prithvi-2 and Agni ballistic missile from the integrated test range located at Chandipur in State, Odisha. Recently, India has achieved approximately what percent of its total power installed capacity from non-fossil fuel source? Answer C. 50%. To leverage the expertise of retired scientists, which newly formed body was announced to the Prime Minister's professorship? Answer National Research Foundation. Who has topped the first list of the Avendust Wealth Honor India 2025 under 30 entrepreneurs? से लिखी ଆପଣଙ୍କର कैवल्य बोरा and Aditya Palicha. Where did India win a total of 4 medals in the 57 National Chemistry Olympiad 2025 recently held? ଆପଣଙ୍କର B. Dubai. Which city has been ranked first in the category of the cities with a population of more than 1 million in the Swachh Sarvekshan 2024-25? Answer আপনাদের A. Ahmedabad. The Indian Navy will participate in the 32nd edition of the SIMBEX as the part of exercise with the Navy of which country? Answer আপনাদের A. Singapore. By which year will the central government implemented CAPE 3 and 4 norms for clean vehicles? Answer ଆପଣଙ୍କର C. 2037. चैनल को जब लाइक करना टे लाइक कर दिंतु, सब्सक्राइब करना एवं सब्सक्राइब करना. आपको स्पीड जो पीडीएफ दरकार आपने टेलीग्राम चैनल क्यूआर कोड दिए आपने क्यूआर कोड स्कान कर जॉइन करेंगे. जब आपने क्यूआर कोड स्कान कर फ्री स्पेस टाइप करेंगे ऑल गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम फ्री बिल टाइप करेंगे आपको चैनल मिल जाए. जब आपको नीड अच्छी 9937193211 व्हाट्सएप कर पारे. ओके. गोटे 2 मिनट अपन रेस्ट नबा 3:30 टा पुणी स्टार्ट करबा आपनकर नेक्स्ट पार्ट। अच्छा देखिबा हमें नेक्स्ट व्हिच कंट्री E5 3 synchronous bullet train will be used by India for testing on the Mumbai Ahmedabad high speed rail corridor? Answer Japan. Recently, the ancient carved memorial stones in Linnanpui village of which state have been declared a national monument by the Archaeological Survey of India? Answer Mizoram. In which of the following city will the Women Kabaddi World Cup 2025 be organized? Hyderabad. By which year does ISRO aim to send human to the moon? 2040. Where was the first campus of the Indian Institute of Creative Technology inaugurated recently? Maharashtra. Recently, India's highest lightest wheelchair YD1 has been launched by which IIT institute? IIT Madras. Recently, which state government has approved the proposal to change the name of the Islampur to Iswarpur? Maharashtra. Sasidhar Jagdishan, head of Dash, is the highest paid banker in India in the financial year 2025. HDFC Bank. Recently, which country has hosted the fourth BIMSTEC disaster management exercise? India. Which country has recently been officially declared trachoma-free country by the WHO? Senegal. Which bank has been declared world's best consumer bank by 2025 by Global Finance magazine? State Bank of India. To whom has Vice President Sri Jagdeep Dhankar recently submitted his resignation under Article 17A of the Constitution? President. Recently, which state government has launched the Shakti Shri initiative in university and college for the safety and empowerment For the student answer Odisha मन रखिबेटा ISRO chairman V Narayan has announced the establishment of India's own space station by which year 2035. According to the IMF report, which country has emerged as a global leader for fast payment? India. Which medal has India won the badminton at the ongoing PISU World University Game in Berlin, Germany? Answer आपनकर bronze. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced an incentive amount of how much rupees for employees working in the private sector, 15,000 rupees. Former Chief Minister and Communist leader V.S. Achyutanandan of which state have been passed away recently? Kerala. To whom has the International Cricket Council entrusted the hosting of the World Test Championship final till the year 2031? England. Recently, Meri Panchayat App has won the WSIS World Summit on the Information Society Champion Award 2025 in which city? Geneva, Switzerland. Recently, which state has become the first state of the India where there be a less of 1200 voters at each polling station? And also Bihar. Which state government has signed an agreement with the United Nations Development Programme UNDP with the aim of the reducing disaster risk? Answer Uttar Pradesh. Recently, India origin economist Geeta Gopinath has resigned from the post of Deputy Managing Director in which organization? IMF. According to the recently released CAG report, how much financial loss has been incurred due to the poor operation and financial decision of the Indian Railways? Around 500 crore rupees loss each. Recently, MSR Ramachandra Rao has been sworn in the Chief Justice of which court? Tripura and Tripura High Court. Change change okay. Recently, which bank celebrated its 44th Foundation Day and reiterated its commitment towards sustainable and inclusive rural development? NABARD. India's largest green hydrogen plant has been unveiled by L&T at which refinery of the Indian oil? Answer Panipat. According to the government data, what was the growth rate of the India's 8 major core sector into June 2025? 1.7%. At present, the Election Commission's nationwide standard is how many maximum voters per center? 1500 voters. Where has the National Conference on the Good Governance Practices been organized? Bhubaneswar. Which country has recently announced its exit from the UNESCO? America. Justice Tarlok Singh Chauhan has been sworn as 17th Chief Justice of High Court, Jharkhand High Court. India has emerged as the largest importer of the sprouted palm oil seed from the Malaysia. In which country has the India's largest grain storage scheme in the cooperative sector has been started? India. Recently, Suhani Shah has become the first Indian female magician to win Oscar and Magic. She belongs to Udaipur. At present, what percentage of the world's total cultivated land is owned by India? 11%. Okay. Which birth anniversary of the freedom fighter Chandrasekhar Azad was celebrated on 23rd July? 119th. Recently, scientists of which country have succeeded in the converting carbon dioxide CO2 in food? As of China. India's rating and research has reduced India's growth rate forecast for the current financial year 25-26 to what percentage? 6.3%. At present, India's gross non-performing asset NPA ratio has come down to what percent? 2.5%. Recently, India has started giving tourist visa again to the citizen of which country after 5 years? China. Which position has India achieved in the recently published Henley Passport Index 200 77? At present, the number of countries providing visa-free country to Indian passport holder has increased to what? 59 countries. According to the recently published report, what will be the India's GDP by the year 2025? $10.6 trillion. According to the Ministry of the Commerce, what is the percentage increase of India's intellectual property IP filings in the last 5 years? 44%. Recently, Kargil Surya Bhatika have been constructed in the assembly premises of which state? Rajasthan. Which shipyard limited lost the pollution control vessel PCV Samudra Prachat for the Indian Coast Guard? Answer Goa Shipyard Limited. India has successfully achieved the target of the adding what percent of the ethanol in petrol by the year 2025? 20% ethanol ମିଶା ହେବ. According to the Morgan Stanley report, by when will India become the third largest economy of the world? Year 2028. Recently, Narendra Modi has become the second longest serving Prime Minister of India, leaving behind which PM? Indira Gandhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the 16th Independence Day of which country as the chief guest of 26 July? Maldives. Where was the Maritime Financing Summit 2025 held on July 24? Hyderabad. Who has recently been appointed as the President of the United Nations Global Compact Network India UNGCNI? Vaishali Nigam Sinha. Recently, Indian chess player Divya Deshmukh has become the Indian to reach the final of the FIDE Women World Cup 2025. First. According to the global approval rating report, who is the most popular democratic leader with 75% approval rating? Narendra Modi. Okay. Indian Air Force has announced to retire the last MiG-21 jet after 62 years of service by when? Answer September 2025. Recently, which state government has lost monthly stipend to the unemployment? Madhya Pradesh. Indian Railways has successfully tested India's first hydrogen powered train at Integral Coach Factory located at which place? Chennai. According to the schedule released by the Asian Cricket Council, where will the Asia Cup 2025 be organized? UAE. Okay. According to a recent report, what percent of reduction has been recorded in coral reefs in Lakshadweep in the last 24 years? 50%. Okay. चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना सब्सक्राइब कर चैनल को लाइक भी कर दिंतु जब आप टेलीग्राम चैनल स्पीड चाहते आपने क्यूआर कोड स्कान करके जॉइन करेंगे ना आपने क्यूआर कोड कर ऑल गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम प्री बिल टाइप करेंगे आपको चैनल मिल जाए किसी आपको नीड थे स्पीड कि किसी पीडीएफ नहीं आपने मत व्हाट्सएप करेंगे चैनल विषय जानापी भी व्हाट्सएप करेंगे ओके मत 2 मिनट टाइम दिंतु पुणी आम स्टार्ट करिया Okay, next ଯିବା. Recently, IMF has increased India's growth rate to what percentage for the year 25-26 and 26-27? 6.4%. Recently, DRDO has tested Pralay missile from APJ Abdul Kalam Island, which state Odisha. Sanjay Singhal has appointed as the new Director General of which Security Force SSB. The Indian Army has tested AI surveillance technology in the high altitude Divya Drushti exercise which state Assam. Recently, which state government has renamed Atala Mohalla Clinic as Mother Teresa Advanced Health Clinic? Jharkhand government. In which city of the Maharashtra India's first AI powered Anganwadi has been launched? Head in Nagpur. Which of the following countries has conducted the major naval exercise named July Storm 2025? Russia. Which state has inaugurated the state's first glass bridge at the Napen Falls in Sindhudurg district? आपन आंसर दबा आपण कोन महाराष्ट्र. ओके महाराष्ट्र आपनकर तापर आसला आपनकर यूएस प्रेसिडेंट डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प has announced to impose what percent tariff of Indian import from 7th August 25%. Recently, which state has announced to celebrate birth anniversary of Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, the father of the Green Revolution, as Sustainable Agriculture Day? Maharashtra. Okay, recently the first ever grassland bird census was conducted in Kaziranga National Park of which state? So, Assam. But according to the latest data of the World Bank, what is the Gini index of India? 25.5. Who has been appointed as the executive director of the Reliance Industry after getting the approval of the second shareholders recently? And Ambani. Recently, which state has been approved by the central government for AI based road safety pilot project? Uttar Pradesh. According to the IMF report, which country has emerged as a global leader in fast payment? India. The construction of the India's first indigenously hovercraft for the Indian Coast Guard has started in which shipyard? It will answer Goa shipyard. Okay. Lieutenant General Pushpinder Singh has taken over the next Deputy Army Chief from 1st August. Okay. Recently, which state government has lifted the ban on the traditional sports like bullock cart race, dog race, horse race? किए करछि एटा आपनकर पंजाब गवर्नमेंट. ओके पंजाब गवर्नमेंट आपनकर एटा करछि. तापर recently Ladakh has declared which date as the Safai Movement Day for Indus River Conservation? 12th August. Okay. According to the recent report of the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), India's bank loan growth has come down to how much in June 2025? Answer आपनकर 10.2%. Currently, India is the largest oil importing country in the world. आपनकर third. Okay. Recently, the outlay of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana has been increased by the cabinet. How many crore rupees? Our answer was 6520 crore. Which of the following ministry has announced the 71st National Film Award on August 2025? Minister of Information and Broadcasting. Recently, ISRO senior scientist A. Rajarajan has been appointed as the new director of which institution? Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Recently, which state has become the first state to launch the sabbatical leave scheme for government employees? Head Sikkim. In July 2025, the GST collection of the central government has increased by 7.5%, but how many lakh crores? around 1.96 lakh crore. Currently, India buy approximately what percentage of its total oil import from Odisha? 40%. In July 2012, a total of the 7678 children have been rescued from the unsafe and exploration situation by which state under the Operation Muskan exercise Telangana also. Recently, from the which country has India received the last consignment of the 16 Airbus C295 military transport aircraft? Spain. Which of the following municipal corporation has announced to build a road in the name of the astronaut Subhash Shukla? Lucknow Municipal Corporation. Recently, Mount Leotobi Liki volcano located on the floors Iceland of the which country has erupted? Answer in Indonesia. The third conference of the United Nations landlocked country will be held in the country from 5th to 8th August 2025. Answer Turkmenistan. Recently, which railway station has been declared as the first private railway station on Northeast Railway Station, Gomtinagar Railway Station. At present, the number of the beneficiary from the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi has increased how many crore? 9.7 crore. Recently, the National Defence and Security of the which country has formed a new federal government and state security peace commission, Myanmar. In August 2000, Vice Admiral Sanjay Bastian has been appointed as the 47th Chief of the Navy. Which country has declared the most food insecure country in the world by the 24-25? Afghanistan. Where was the Meghalaya Pineapple Festival organized recently? New Delhi. Where which state has recently implemented a fee for groundwater extraction? Karnataka. Recently, which state has announced to make cloth and bioplastic from the cow dung? Uttar Pradesh. Recently, which country has become the first European Union nation to ban all arms from trade with Israel? Slovenia. According to the Union Fisheries Minister, India recently ranks what is in the fish production. World fish production केते अछि आपन सेकंड अछि on 3rd August, China started joint naval exercise with the which country of the Sea of Japan? Russia. Where has the third ship of the Nilgiri Project 17 been handed over to the Indian Navy recently? Kolkata. Recently, the VOC port of the port became the first Indian port to produce green hydrogen as of VO Chitamaram port. Recently, the former Chief Minister of which state Shibu Soren passed away. Jharkhand. एटा पढ़िया बहुत चांस अछि. Recently, which ministry has launched an ambitious initiative called Apna Kar to enhance the safety of the convenience of the truck drivers? Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry. India's first Make in India green hydrogen plant has been started in which port area? Kandla port. Recently, the first BIMSTEC traditional music festival have been organized at Bharat Mandapam located at which place? New Delhi. Recently, which country has officially ended its commitment to the Intermediate Range Nuclear Weapon Treaty by the year 1987? Russia. According to the International Air Transport Association, India has become the largest aviation market in the year 2024. Fifth. Recently, which state has launched the Annadata Sukhi Baba Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana? Andhra Pradesh. Recently, which state government FIFA has signed an agreement to launch India's first FIFA talent academy for girls? Telangana. Recently, the government of India has issued international tenders for the proposal of the Swalcoat hydroelectric project on which river? Chenab. Which is the world's largest aviation market with 876 million passengers in the year 2024? America. Recently, the Archery Association of India has announced the organization of the which of the edition Archery League? Past. Which country has recently become the 107 member of the International Solar Alliance ISA? Moldova. The world rarest blood group CRIB have been discovered in a woman's of which city in India? Bengaluru. Which of the past state in India where sign language experts have been appointed to provide justice to disabled children? Punjab. Recently, the largest Asian tortoise species have been reintroduced in the community reserve of which state? Nagaland. आपण चैनल जदि सब्सक्राइब करना सब्सक्राइब करना एवं लाइक जदि करना लाइक भी करना। ओके 2 मिनट टाइम दे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में next देखिबा according to the NIMBY Safety Index 2012 which is the safest city in India Bangalore Tapasla recently famous mountaineer Kabab Yono of which state has achieved an important feat by successfully climbing Africa's highest peak mountain Kilimanjaro. Arunachal Pradesh, the 25th head of the State Council meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization will be held which country from 31st August to September 1 said China. Recently, which state government has decided to rename Karyathal Tijara district as Bhartihari Nagar district, Rajasthan. Which of the following state has produced the highest number of the forest gain in the year 2024-25? Rajasthan. Recently, Indian Railways have successfully operated the country's longest goods train strategy. Rudashtra with 354 bogies. Which is the first small finance bank to get universal banking license from the Reserve Bank of India? AU Small Finance Bank. More than how many lakh pregnant women have been registered as the beneficiary under the mission Poshan 2.0? 72.22 lakh. Recently, Election Commission has delisted how many unrecognized political party for not following the norms? 334. In which city Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of metro project worth 22800 crore? Bengaluru. According to the Ministry of the Union Environment, how much has the number of Asiatic lion increased in the India in the year 2025? 981. 891. Sorry, 891 answer. What is the position of India's metro network in the world of the year 2025? Third. Recently, IIT Delhi and which IIT institute have this jointly released the distant flood civil index DAPSI সেটা হচ্ছে আপনার IIT গান্ধীনগর। তারপরে আসলে recently Satanwari village of which state have been state will be made India's first smart intelligent village সেটা হচ্ছে Maharashtra Satanwari. Okay. Recently, Home Minister Amit Shah laid the foundation stone of the Mata Janki temple worth how many crore rupees at Sitamarhi Villa, Bihar had 883 crore. India's defense export have reached how many crore rupees in the financial year 24-25? 32,622 crore. At present, what percentage of India's land area is prone to the seismic disasters? 58.6%. India's metro network has increased from 248 km in 2014 to India to how many kilometer in 2012? 101 kilometer. Which of the following space agencies aims to set up a nuclear reactor on the moon by the year 2030? Answer one NASA. what is the percentage of the improvement in the accuracy of the forecasting extreme rainfall event by the India forecasting system? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି 30%. Recently, ICICI Bank has made the minimum monthly average balance for the saving account in rural area to how many rupees? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର 10,000 rupees. Recently, Vietnam electric vehicle manufacturer VinFast has inaugurated its first EV production facility in which state? Tamil Nadu. तापरे recently how many cooperative have announced to start Bharat taxi services or to challenge Ola innovation? सेटा होचे 8. On August 2012, UPI based daily transactions have been reached how many crore rupees for first time? 70 crore rupees. Recently India electric mobility index जोटा कि IEMI has been launched by whom? सेटा होचे नीति आयोग. At present India is the leading country globally in elephant conservation with what percent of the world's wild population? 60%. Which state has launched the Garuda Drishti initiative to prevent incidents like spending communal hatred through the social media? Maharashtra. Recently, which assembly has passed a bill giving parents to a veto on school fee hikes? Delhi Assembly. Recently, rare blue pink gill and shuttlecock mushroom of the New Zealand have discovered in the forest of which state? Telangana. In which state has Defence Minister Rajnath Singh laid the foundation stone of the rail coach manufacturing project called Brahma? Madhya Pradesh. What is the total percentage of discount that will be given on Indian Railways round up trip package on the basic fare of the total of the return journey? Only 20%. There are more than how many crore LPG connections have been provided under the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana till 2025 July? 10 crore. According to the Unur Rich Index 2005, which is the richest family in India to net worth 28 lakh crore? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର Ambani family. Next ଆସିଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର which state has recently declared actress Madhuri Dixit as the brand ambassador of the handloom industry? Odisha type परिवार बहुत chance अछि. As per the recent amended OCI rules, how many years of the punishment can result in a cancellation registration? 2 years. तापरे which award have been given to the UNDP to the SSG of the Dharwad district? सेटा होची Equator Initiative Award. तापरे Govt International Airport has won the International Architecture Award 2012 in which category? Transport category. तापरे India's first indigenous Petronic radar have been developed in which organization? DRDO. तापरे असला which Independence Day will celebrate Indian 15 August? 79th. ଆଉ ଏଥର जोटा ହେଇଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର 80th वाला. ओके. तापरे recently India has achieved how many gigawatt of solar PM module manufacturing capacity? रहउची 100 gigawatt. तापरे which international conference of the young Buddhist scholar will be organized on 22nd October 2023? तापरे असला आपला under the national mission of the natural farming, how much incentive per acre here is being provided? रहउची 4,000. Which period have been declared as the UNESCO as the International Indigenous Language Record? 22 to 32. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced how many lakh crore rupees under the Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Yojana on 15th August 2012. 1 lakh crore. Okay. How many BSF personnel have been awarded the Gallantry Medal for the exceptional bravery during the Operation Sindhu against Pakistan? 16. Okay, time for one 16. Recently, the cabinet has approved the construction of the Tato 2 hydropower project in which state? Arunachal Pradesh. तापरे ULCI Freedom Shield Index is a cyber warfare and civil security exercise between US and South Korea. तापरे how many soldiers have been awarded the best way service medal on the occasion of the Independence Day? 4. Under the Jal Jeevan Mission, more than how many crore rupees rural household have been provided with the tap water connection? 15 crore. How many sarpanch were selected for their exceptional contribution in the realizing the vision of the water conservation and Swachh Sujal Gaon at the grassroots level? 150. How much money will the youth get their first job in the private sector under the recently launched Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Yojana received from the government? 15 1000 rupees. For how many minutes did Prime Minister Narendra Modi address the nation on the 79th Independence Day from the ramparts of the Red Fort? 103 minutes. Recently, which national park did Mohan Mala, the oldest elephant of the Forest Department, who served for the more than 50 years, started out Kaziranga National Park? The first made in India semiconductor chip will be launched in the market by the end of the year 2025, which is the third Indian state to launch the Forest and Wildlife Crime Management System. Hostile activity watch kernel हक कर्नाटका डेवलप करछि. Who has been chosen as the mascot of the Khelo India Water Sports Festival to be held for the first time in Srinagar, Himalayan Kingfisher? How many slabs have been proposed by the central government under the new goods and services tax reform? 2 slabs. How many consecutive times has Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoisted the tricolor at the airport? At 12 time. Where have the Indian naval ship reached to participate in the bilateral maritime exercise next 2012, which is Sri Lanka? Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for the achieving self-reliance in which sector in the red fort strategy? Fertilizer. Okay. Recently, the National Experience Award has been given to the retired employee by whom? Okay, answer Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. The Indian origin law graduate Krishnangi Meslam has become the youngest solicitor of the which country at the age of 21? England. Which of the following countries celebrated its Independence Day on 19 August? Afghanistan. Recently was become the first public sector undertaking to achieve the global standard for the power supply and continuity. NTPC Limited. By which year does the government of India plan to send astronauts to the moon? 2040. In which district has Ahmedabad-based Ronan Group inaugurated Uttar Pradesh first green hydrogen plant? Moradabad. Recently, which bank has launched a special personal loan scheme for agreement having their salary account? Save SBI. Recently, Manik Vishwakarma, a resident of which state, has won the title of Miss Universe India? Rajasthan. Manika Vishwakarma. In which year the government of India has informed about the building its space station named Bharat Space Station? Year 2035. In July 2025, India's unemployment rate has come down to what percentage? 5.2%. Who has been appointed as mental health ambassador by the International Olympic Committee to promote mental health for players? Abhinav Bindra. The Ministry of the Coal will launch the round of the commercial coal mine auction August 21, 2016. The Union Cabinet has approved the development of the Greenfield Airport Rajasthan at the estimated cost of the how many crore rupees? 1507 crore rupees. Recently, which country has been declared the rubella free by the WHO? Nepal. Recently, which city has become the first city to install portable solar panels between railway tracks? Varanasi. Recently, the central government has implemented the Anna Chakra supply chain optimization measure under the PDS in how many states? Under the United Territory? 31. Rating agency ICRA has projected India's GDP growth rate to the what percentage in the first quarter financial 2026? 6.7%. The center's gross capital expenditure has increased by 52.0% per year on year to how many trillion rupees in the first quarter of financial year 2026? 2.8 trillion. Okay. At present, the total length of the Indian Railways track is how many lakh kilometer? 1.2 lakh kilometer. The value of new project announcement has increased to the how many trillion rupees in the first quarter in financial year 2026? 5.8 trillion rupees. Press Register General has launched which portal to simplify newspaper magazine registration? Press Seva portal. By which year India set a target to completely eradicate measles and rubella in country? 2026. At present, India has become the world's largest coal producer and consumer country at second. Where will the 28th National Conference e-Governance be held 22nd and 23rd September? Visakhapatnam. Recently, India has banned participation in bilateral sports competition. Which country? Pakistan. Indian Railway has announced on how many Ganpati special train for the year 2005 smooth travel and passenger during the festival season? 380. Recently, who has become the first public sector bank to move its cooperative website to secure bank into domain? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ପଞ୍ଜାବ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କ। ସମସ୍ତେ ଟିକେ ଲାଇକ୍ ସେୟାର ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। ମାତ୍ର 8ଟା ଲାଇକ୍, ଏତେ ସମୟ ହେଲା ପଢ଼ଉଛି, ଲାଇକ୍ ବି କିଏ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି। ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଇଚ୍ଛା କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ। For the first time in the history of the which railway zone, its 5 most important departments are currently headed by the officers of the South Central Railway. In which state Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the Asia's widest bridge on 22nd August, Bihar. The Indian wrestler Tapasya has won the first gold medal for the country at the Under-20 World Wrestling Championship held in Bulgaria. What is the main objective of the online bill gaming 2025? जोटा गवर्नमेंट रिसेंटली पास करछि बैन मनी बेस्ड ऑन गेमिंग सर्विसेज। when is the National Space Day celebrated in India to commemorate the successful landing on Chandrayaan-3 on the moon 23rd August? As per the Vice Presidential election 2025 notified by the Election Commission of India, when will the voting and counting of the votes for the post of Vice President take place? 9th September 2025. India's rank in 4th globally in the renewable energy installed capacity and what is the rank in solar energy capacity? 3rd. Sports Minister Dr. Mansoor Mandavia urged citizens to devote how many hours to fitness National Sports Day 201 hours. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana has been provided more than how many crore LPG connection till July? 10 crore. Recently, Finance Minister removed the 11% import duty on Kotak. How many long? 30 September. Recently, EPFO has increased the ex gratia amount under the debt relief fund for the employees of the central board from 8.8 lakh to how many lakh rupees? 15 lakh rupees. Till when has the fortified rice scheme has been extended with the government funding 17.082 crore year 2028. IBM and NASA मिसिकी कौन कर agency has currently developed an open source AI model called Soria. Recently Assam government has announced that no new Aadhaar card will be issued to any person above 18 years of the age in the state. Okay, Assam ने गोटे रूल है। आसाम कौन है ना द समय शक्ति 2025 एक्सरसाइज हेल्ड है कोठी आपणकर इनागुरेट लाइपुर इन द तिनसुकिया डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ आसाम। ओके आसिला आपणकर वेयर वाज द प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सेरेमनी ऑफ द 57th यूथ पार्लियामेंट कंपटीशन 24-25 हेल्ड सेटा आपणकर रिसेंटली न्यू दिल्ली रे। वेयर हैज इसरो होस्टेड नेशनल स्पेस कॉन्फ्रेंस 2.0 leveraging space technology and application for the development India 2047 New Delhi. Which edition of the Semicon India 2025 will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 2nd September in New Delhi? That was 4th. Where did Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of several development projects worth more than 5200 crore on 22nd August? That was Kolkata. India's solar module manufacturing capacity is expected to increase 30 gigawatt during the financial year 2024. How many gigawatt? 74 gigawatt. Which state has recently been declared as India's first fully digital electric state? Kerala. Which force has been allowed for the Union Home Minister to participate in the biannual order talk with the Bangladesh in the Dhaka from August 2025? BSF. India installed nuclear capacity as of June 2020 was approximately how many gigawatts? 8.8 gigawatt. Recently, who has released the report on the rethinking honesty policy pathway? According to the finance minister data, how many times has the India's latest payment on outstanding debt increase in the last decade rauchi 3 times. Tapare in August 2012 India's foreign exchange reserve is increased by the $1.49 billion to a total how many billion dollar rauchi $5.695 billion. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be the 4-day visit to which country from 29 August to September 1? That is Japan and China. The Indian Postal Department has suspended the booking of the all type of postal items to which country from the August 25 to 25? That is USA. India, the world's second largest fish producing country, contribute what percent of global production? 8%. Recently, the Indian Postal Department has announced to close its digital postal services for the moment 1st September 2025. Recently, which country has tested 2 new defense missiles? That is North Korea. DRDO successfully conducted the first flight test on integrated air defense weapon system of coast that is Odisha on August 23rd. Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi is on the official visit to which country from 25th to 28th 2005? that is Algeria. Okay. आपण चैनल को लाइक से सब्सक्राइब करनु जहाँ को आपन को जदी आपन को स्पीड पीडीएफ दरकार अछि आपन माने मते व्हाट्सएप करि परिबे. ओके आपन को बते देबी कोटे कोन आपन पाइबार अछि आ आपन मान को जदी चैनल रे आपन को ए चैनल टेलीग्राम चैनल जदी पीडीएफ नबार अछि विभिन्न भाग पीडीएफ अवेलेबल अछि स्पीड पीडीएफ अवेलेबल अछि माने एटी क्यूआर कोड स्कैन करी आपन मान कोन करिवे ना माने टेलीग्राम ग्रुप रे जॉइन करिवे नहले आपन माने सर्च रे अपन टाइप करिवे ऑल गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम टिप्स से आपन मिल जिवो नंबर नोट डाउन कर दो 9937192111 मते व्हाट्सएप करिवे किछि जदि आपन को ग्रुप लिंक रिलेटेड दरकार स्पीडी मैगजीन दरकार सब आपन को अवेलेबल करा जाय परिबो. ओके आज वीडियो मु एठी रखुची काइना आपन घर किछि गोटे मोर अर्जेंट काम अछि सेटा मते देखिया पड़िबो आसंता काली आपन को ये जो बाकी रहला एटा तो बाकी मु आपन घर 3 मास पाखापाखि कवर करदेली आउ जो रेस्ट मंथ रहा आपंकर अक्टोबर नवेम्बर डिसेम्बर जनवरी फेब्रुआरी मार्च ये 6 मंथ आपंकर पूरा आउ कवर हो काली कि आप सेसन काली सेसन आपंकर पूरा मैराथन भाया चलो है काली आम कवर करदे यहाँ अर्जेंट कम अच्छी वाईफाई टी मोर प्रोब्लेम आपको कही वाईफाई टी प्रोब्लेम अच्छी मे भी क्या कटिज से कहीपरि तेणु मत चेक करा पड़ो है काली आपण मान जो टाइम रही से 2टार आरंभ हम आप 5टार आप मैराथन सर कम्प्लीट हो काली आप सर मैंने एग्जाम आराम से यूट्यूब क्वेश्चन पाइबे. ओके थैंक यू सो मच.